Live from WKYC Studios, this is 3 News at 5.
You're looking at live radar of where the storm is right now. Snow is falling in much of northeast Ohio, as it has been throughout the day, with lake effect bands moving in. And if you look outside at all today, you saw those big heavy flakes. They've been coming down throughout the afternoon.
Meanwhile, here is a live look at some road conditions. Many people staying home tonight, but if you're returning back after work or thinking of going out, maybe, please, officials want you to exercise some caution. This is Cleveland Heights at this hour, and we have team coverage as winter storm warnings will go all the way through tonight into tomorrow for several of those counties. Isabel Lawrence is live in Orange to the southeast of Cleveland. Lindsey Buckingham is live in Westlake to the west of the city. So we will have more from them in just a bit.
Yeah, in the meantime, welcome into 3 News at 5. Thank you so much for spending time with us on this snowy Friday evening. I have to say, those pictures are beautiful. I mean, you don't want to be out in it, but the pictures are absolutely stunning. Alongside Laura Queso, I'm Jay Crawford. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. It is. It's so true, Jay. It's like a snow globe out there.
It is. It really is. It's very pretty.
It is. Even though, like you said, you have to exercise caution because we are seeing that thick, heavy snow. And first at 5, let's talk about it. Let's get over to meteorologist Jessica Van Meter, who leads us off with what we're seeing now and then what we're going to see in the hours ahead.
Yeah, guys, definitely very pretty if you catch it outside and you're nice and warm inside and not having to drive in it or worry about the visibility. It certainly looks very nice. And we have had that heavy snow band coming off of Lake Erie and pushing it down to the south. It's produced a lot of snow through the afternoon hours, moving along the I-76 corridor and continuing to push to the south right now. We do still have some lingering snow around the Cleveland area, some light to moderate snow falling across portions of Cuyahoga County right now. We're starting to dry out a little bit, especially across northern Lorain County into Erie and northern Huron County as well. Still some heavy snow along 71 and between Medina and Lodi. We do have some heavy snow falling across many of those major roadways out there. 71, 90, 80, 77 is a rough drive with a lot of snow falling there. As I mentioned, 76 getting in on some of that snow action as well. We are seeing a lot of issues on those sky cams out there for the roadways. A lot of the roadways see some sticking snow and some slow conditions. That was a look at 480. Here's a look at I-90 westbound near Eddy Road. A big backup there. If you do have to head out tonight, plan on needing a lot of extra time to get where you need to be. Now we're going to send things over to Anthony Copeland. He's got a look at where we're heading from here.
Yeah, Jessica, the recent band of heavy snow that's kind of been sitting on top of the metro and now charging down to the south, it's really just producing some heavy snow. The snow is coming down at a very heavy and fast rate. And yes, it's 5 o'clock. Evening drive home, we will continue to see some slowdowns across much of the metro, and just want to show you over the past 4 hours just how quickly this snow has been packing on the ground here. Getting close around lunchtime, generally we've seen amounts around 3 to 5 inches. Now we're talking upwards to maybe 7 inches. Just to the south of 480, getting closer to Garfield. So we have a winter storm warning that's going to continue throughout the overnight. For much of our primary and secondary snow belts, that's going to continue until 4 o'clock for Saturday. Ashtabula over to Geauga County, also Lake County until 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. This winter weather advisory is going to be wrapping up at 7 o'clock. We're going to see the last of the snow pushing down to the south. Then we're talking lake effect throughout the overnight hours. So coming up, full timeline of lake effect snow for your Saturday. We could see additional amounts. Then as we get closer to Sunday, we're talking about sunny conditions. Wait until you'll see my warm-up in my 7-day coming up in my full check of weather.
All right, so very excited about that warm-up part. Anthony, thanks. Right now, about 300 ODOT crews are out clearing our streets here in Northeast Ohio, but they're going up against something other than just the elements. Our Isabel Lawrence joining us now live from Orange. Isabel, good evening to you. We learned about more crashes involving plow trucks yet again today. What happened?
Yeah, Jay, well, just minutes before we went on air at 4, ODOT contacted me and let me know that 2 more of their snowplows were struck. That means today alone, 3 ODOT snowplows have been hit here in the state of Ohio. And if you're keeping track, that means 12 snowplows have been hit so far this year. It's only January 19th. It's not a good start to this winter season. That averages about 1 snowplow hit every day and a half here. Now we know at least 6 of those happened here in Northeast Ohio. In fact, one of them happened just this morning on I-71 North in Medina County. I spoke with an ODOT spokesperson. He's actually also an auxiliary snowplow driver in Akron, because today it's all hands on deck. So he tells me that eligible ODOT employees with their CDL can help out with the snowplows. He says when he is in the plow truck and even when he's in his personal car, he sees people on their phones driving while distracted all the time.
Our folks are doing a job. We want to get home to our families at the end of the day. And when you see footage similar to what happened up in Cleveland of our plows getting struck, it's disappointing because it shouldn't be happening. It's all avoidable.
Remember, stay 2 to 3 car lengths behind the plows. Know that they'll be driving much slower than the posted speed limit. They need to go slow so that salt sticks. And they also have more limited visibility due to the snow from their plows, and also because they have no rear view mirror. So remember, you have to maintain your space. If you cannot see their side mirrors, the plow cannot see you. But still ahead for you at 3 News at 6. I'll go ahead and talk to you about just how much salt and brine all of these plows are carrying and putting down on the roads to fight the elements, because as you can see here in orange, the snow still coming down. I-480 eastbound here, cars are going well below the posted speed limit. Slushy conditions, not great visibility. We actually spoke with a truck driver here who told us that 480 westbound, he said, was like a parking lot. A lot of people taking it slowly here, which is a good thing, Jay, because as we know, these are tricky road conditions to be driving in. Very
tricky indeed, Isabel. Thanks. We look forward to that report coming up later.
Meanwhile, we want to give you a live look at road conditions along I-90 in Willoughby Hills.
This is the same stretch of road where police are cracking down on speeders. You may remember we've previously told you that police are using those high-tech laser cameras to bust speeders. So if that wasn't enough incentive to slow down, these weather conditions certainly add to your incentive. Please take it easy out there on the roads. Meanwhile, live multicam look now at the I-77 at I-40 interchange near Willow to the south of Cleveland. You're looking at it from multiple angles. The thing that jumps out most to me is it looks like, for the most part, traffic this time of day is less than what it normally is. I guess that would be a result of a lot of people not making it into work today and schools being closed. So I guess the one positive is not as much volume on those roads, because that normally is a very busy interchange this time of evening.
And our team coverage continues now with Lindsay Buckingham, who is in Westlake. Linz, it's 5:06 right now. People are heading home if they were at work or out doing whatever they're doing. What is it like there?
Hi, Laura. Well, when we got here just after 2, the traffic was moving steadily. Then as that lake effect came in, it started to slow down a bit. Now, the biggest change we're feeling right now is the temperature. We can really feel that drop. Even though the snow is dwindling, there is quite a bit of slush there on I-90 West right in front of Sperry Road here. So anytime you're going to drive on the slick roads, you need to be careful. Take a look at what happened earlier this morning on I-90 eastbound in Euclid, just past the Babbitt Road exit. You see a car spin out, then land next to the guardrail. They appeared to be okay, but when it comes to spinning out, Mary Kay Speckhart with Professional Driving in Parma says to do this.
Doing a donut, you're going around. If you're going all the way around in a circle, okay, as a donut, you take your foot off the brake, okay, your foot off the gas, okay, so you're not going to be applying anything, and you're spinning. Take your hands, and I'm going to say you're going to let the wheel do what it wants to do.
Speckhart also stressed you still have to maintain control of the wheel, but lightly handling it will allow it to straighten out during a spin. Now back out here in front of I-90 West on Sperry Road, traffic starting to slow a bit as people head home, but they are taking it slow. That's important because coming up at 6, we're going to talk about the hand positioning on the wheel. You may think you're doing it right, but our expert says you need to check yourself. Also, Laura, take a look at this. Snow piled up, I would say 6 to 7 inches in Westlake. So if you do have to travel, really take it slow.
All right, thank you so much. And what a tease. I'm wondering, like, am I doing it right? Lynn, thank you
Right?
so much. Yeah, that's good stuff.
You
We'll
bet.
see you in just a bit.
Yeah, I've always thought 10 and 2.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe in a winter storm it's different.
I don't know.
We'll all find out together. Meantime, sometimes avoiding the crash isn't possible. So what happens then? Matt Rascone talked to the Ohio State Highway Patrol about that very topic today. Matt, good evening to you. What are troopers telling drivers to do when it appears that that crash is imminent?
Yeah, I can tell you one thing, Jay, is stay inside your car. Now, hopefully, of course, you don't have to deal with this, but let's be honest, Ohio State Highway Patrol says on days like today, they see more slide-offs, they see a lot of rear-end crashes, and so they're giving out some information for those who are involved in that. So if you do get in that crash, if possible, pull off to the side of the road you are closest to. You want to get out of the way of the oncoming traffic. Call 911. You can also call pound 677 to get a trooper sent your way. Now, it may be tempting to get out to check on damage or other drivers, but State Highway Patrol says don't.
Remember, in these types of snowy conditions, you want to stay inside of your vehicle and put your hazards on, because the safest place for you to be is inside your car. In the event that any other cars slide off the roadway, you don't want to be struck outside of your vehicle.
Sergeant Bridget Matt says keep it slow, keep your distance. Also remember to clear off your vehicles if you're going out tonight or tomorrow. You can get cited if snow is blocking your view in the car, or if snow or ice falls off your car and causes damage or injury. Back out here live, we just had several plow drivers just pass by. This is on Lakeside here in Cleveland. 13th Street still covered in snow. So we're just going to look at what things are like in downtown Cleveland. Definitely an area you want to keep it slow on. Coming up in the news at 6, we actually talked to some of those drivers who have been out and about today to see what they think about how conditions were out on the roads. Jay.
All right, Matt Rascone with great advice tonight. Matt, thank you very much. Now, throughout the past couple of days, we've been giving updates on information in our area for available shelter space for those that need it. Well, we can tell you now, for those needing a space in Akron, you have options. The Summit Lake Community Center is open as a warming center until 7 p.m. tonight. Mason Park Community Center will be open as well as a warming center tomorrow from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. The emergency overnight shelter on 111 East Voris Street will be open through Monday. Its hours are 7 p.m. to 8 a.m.
The cold weather is taking its toll on something you need at this time in your home. Talking about the furnace. As temperatures remain below freezing, HVAC repairs are on the rise. So to stop costly repairs, possibly going into the thousands, prevention, we're told, is key. Experts recommend changing your air filter every 30 days, especially when the furnace is working harder during the coldest months. When an air filter is dirty, it'll cause a furnace to run at a very high temperature and then possibly overheat.
Make sure all the vents are open. Sometimes people will close vents because they want to force air to go another area, and now my furnace is overheating because it can't breathe.
Also, pick a thermostat or a temperature on the thermostat and try to stick with it. By trying to go up 1 degree when the temperature is dropping, you're fighting it, putting so much more strain on your system.